On site. Good day, everyone. Thank you for joining us on another episode of On Site. And today we have founder of Tololi Online Store, Fillemon Nangolo. Fillemon, first of all, I would like to ask you how are you, and thank you for joining us on the show.
Hey, good Frida. Wait, are you going by Frida now, or do you go by Malera?
Malera.
Okay.
Frida at high school. I'm grown up. First name basis, baby.
Okay, that's what's up.
How is it that you guys were able to sort of break the wall to make it easier to get products to us?
Yeah.
Because I think in a country like ours, I think it will be too risky to go into manufacturing.
Yeah.
So we must just better our logistics services, our import and export services. So that is, I think that's part of what you guys are also doing.
Yeah.
But how is it that you guys are comfortably working or formed a relationship with manufacturers from outside?
Oh, okay.
What was the step? How did you decide that, they should be?
Yeah, so one of our main superpowers actually is that we have this brilliant mind called Ji Ying. He's based in China.
Okay.
So Ji Ying is my partner. He's head of finance and sourcing. Mm-hmm. He was actually based in Namibia from 2018 till like 2019. Mm-hmm. He was my boss at the real estate company I worked at, where we actually met. So he was the general manager of at Housing Group at the time, and I went up to head of housing. I forgot exactly where I was at the exact time. So anyways, we met over there. I realized that Jing is an incredible guy. He was quite a bit older than me, but we got along. We had a few drinks, and I really understood his passion and love for finance and what he wants to do. Added to that, he also used to work for Baopals.com, which is a Chinese online shopping platform that basically just gives Chinese consumers English access to online shopping. Okay. So he used to work for there. He was part of the first seed round of investing. When he told me this, we decided, okay, cool, let's implement this into Namibia. And that's how we jumped in with our superpower of, you can request the product, because now Jing is based in China. He's actually in China now. He's in Shanghai. And with him being over there, I get a picture from you. Mm-hmm. I send it straight through to him. Mm-hmm. He has a trusted sellers list and trusted manufacturers list. Mm-hmm. He looks down on his list. If he doesn't have anyone on his list yet, he's gonna find someone in China. Okay. And if he already has someone in his list, then we can just get you that product immediately.
So you guys are strictly getting your products from China?
Right now, yeah, strictly from China, but we also included local manufacturers now. Okay. So we're really trying to push. There's high potential for Namibia to start manufacturing its own goods. We've already started with cosmetics, and I believe there's some toilet paper companies as well.
But that is for me small scale, because you need to understand that our country is, let's say, 40%, not probably even 60% people are, living under less privileged people that are finding it hard to just come by. Yeah. Our young people are unemployed. So even if you do go into manufacturing, what is it that you're going to manufacture, and are you going to pay these people enough to sustain their lives and be able to, take care of themselves and their families? And also, it's not just that, it's just you guys want to get into manufacturing. Who's going to work in the factory if all of us young people are educated to a certain point that we all deserve managerial positions and stuff? Who's going to work in the factory? So that is why I'm like, we really need to sit down with, like, if we're going to manufacture, are we able to afford these young people that we want to take into factories? Yeah. So I'm just like, that's why I'm like, Tololi is the next big thing. It's actually a great idea. Yeah. So that is small scale. Makeup and toilet paper, that is, yes, we are doing something, but we need more. Yeah,
and I think that's what they're trying to do with, right now, NIPDB is doing the whole Dubai Expo thing. Mm-hmm. And NIPDB, so you're familiar with Namibia Investment Promotion and Development Board. So they just came into play. They came in, I think, January, February. And what they're trying to do is really get investment into Namibia. And part of this investment into Namibia is getting outside investors to be able to import products from Namibia. So then we'll be exporting more products. So finding partnerships on the outside. If we can get more, let's look at Singapore, for example, right? Singapore has a very tiny population, but because of their strong food market, and I think they're really good with technology and logistics. Because of that, they were able to develop at such a fast rate. And it's also, a large part of it is contributed by trade and tourism, if I'm not mistaken. So now, when it comes to Namibians especially, what I believe Tololi's big role in this whole manufacturing discussion right now, at least, is we want to get you closer to your machinery, whatever you're trying to get. So then we can start looking at larger economies of scale. So like now, instead of just having 5 employees that, okay, each one gets his own task and we're able to put out, let's say 10 containers of, I don't know what they call it, but 10 cartons of makeup or lotion or whatever it's called. And then, so now when you input the machinery, the fact that we don't have to get it from South Africa anymore, South Africa adds extra margin. So let's say a machine costs $10,000. So 10,000, add an extra 20%, that's 12,000, sorry. That's 12,000. Now we're paying an extra $2,000. What we're trying to do is get the machinery straight to you. Then you don't have to pay that extra cost. You save some cash, and now you're even able to produce more at a faster rate. So the idea is not for Namibia to. I mean, right now in the beginning, we can focus on giving back to our own people as manufacturers, but it's more to manufacture so that we'll be able to send out, so that money can come into the economy and we can spend more.
Okay, another question. How do you guarantee the quality of the product? Because China does produce nice things, 100% best quality, and then you find the other faulty.
Yeah.
So how do you guarantee that? And then you basically just building or expanding the relationship with China, bring us closer to their manufacturers and, being partners. How are you, what are you telling them? Guys, we know you have been giving us Chinatown, but we want.
Okay, so on our side, like what I always try to preach is, let me start like this. A lot of customers or peers, they always say, hey, it's like a drop shipping site. It's like a drop shipping site, this Tololi. But that's where we're a little bit different. Because when it comes to drop shipping, what the guys in the States are doing, and it's starting to pick up in South Africa as well, what they're doing is, say for example, you're the customer. You'd place an order on Tololi. Tololi would then place an order with the manufacturer. Manufacturer will send it directly from the manufacturer to you, right? Okay. Via FedEx. That's why shipping fee is a little bit more. So what Tololi does is you order via Tololi, right, for product. The product first goes to our warehouse in China, and that's where Jiying is able to quality inspect, control, check colors, make sure it's the right product that you are actually trying to order. Then he doesn't package it over there, puts the bags and everything, and then he sends them down to Namibia. And then when they get to Namibia, I package them and I deliver them to the customer.
Oh, okay. So you have a whole system. It's not just, I want this and you come in, it's a surprise. Oh, I want an iPhone case, but what is this?
Yeah, sometimes, there are freak accidents. I think it happened twice whereby someone ordered stars for their roof, and the manufacturer, although he had high reviews, his product was not what he was advertising.
Okay.
But then that's why it's good that we're local, because that person came back to us, this is not what I ordered. Can I get my money back? And I said, yeah, you can get Tololi vouchers, or in certain cases, your money back.
Okay. No, you guys are planning. It looks like you have a good system going. So I can see that Tololi is your baby, and you are really investing and putting everything in it. And earlier we spoke, and you said that after high school, you didn't know what you wanted, and you went to go study, you went into music, and then and you spoke about other hustles, being able to sustain your life. And with me, or on site, we are focusing on, young entrepreneurs, managing an 8 to 5. Some people are like, my 8 to 5 pays for my hustles, and what are these other hustles? Because life in Windhoek is quite expensive. It's the rent, it's the petrol, it's the food, and we like to go out for a nice drive, and a bottle in the club is not $200, we know that. So what are the other things that you're doing on the side that adds to Tololi, or that?
It's really about, it's about how much you're willing to give. So on my side, I was talking to Auri yesterday, just to shout out Auri. I was talking to Auri yesterday, and I think I was trying to explain to her exactly how much I put aside to be able to put back into Tololi. And one of the things, and then I told her, instead of looking at myself as an entrepreneur right now, I look at myself as a self-employed hustler.
Okay.
And I call myself as a hustler, not the derogative term, but like more of the hard worker, the guy who gets up every day to make sure that he can make something happen from nothing,
Okay.
So one of the things I do is I have a pickup or a bakkie, what you call it. I have a bakkie. And my bakkie has a Tololi sticker on the back of it, but I still rent out this bakkie for $150 an hour, which is, I mean, it's better than $99 per trip. I'm part of my network. One guy is part of my network, and he's responsible for moving rubble for City of Windhoek. So since he has a tender, every time he needs my pickup at the good rates, it's $150 an hour. He takes that thing for a day. I make about $1,500 in a day and a half.
He's making $1,000 a day, guys.
And that's one thing. A second thing is my mom used to own she still owns a student accommodation. And as part of my pocket money, she reserved, I believe, 2 rooms. She put 2 rooms on the side for me. She said, when you're done with your studies, you can come and stay here, make your money, and get out of my house.
Oh, okay.
You know, that's what she said.
I think you're the second person who's talking about them. Mother just chucked them out of the house this week. And it's so sad. Mommy, please listen.
She doesn't have the heart to do it, though. I doubt she'd ever be able to. But, so she put 2 rooms aside for whatever I wanted to do. So initially I wanted to turn it into an office, but COVID showed me my ass, for lack of a better word.
COVID was...
So that was pretty intense, and then I moved out of there so here's a little trick as well. So I have 2 of those rooms available. One of them is my personal room, and one of them was an office, right? So one I decided to rent out to some students. The second one, I rent out for $4,500 to 2 students. And the current place I'm renting at only cost me $3,000 for me and then $3,000 for my partner. So that's $6,000. And if I'm only paying $3,000 a month, that means I'm making $1,500 extra per month from renting out my room. So just finding ways to make that extra cash.
Even if it's not 50K, at a time, the little counts. I really undermined, entrepreneurship. I just thought I'm gonna start selling something and I'm gonna make $1 million tomorrow. But it's really determination, and you need to wake up early, and depending on how much you wanted, is the amount of work you need to put in, and if you want more, you need to put in more. And I think we tend to take that for granted. We're just like, and also one thing I keep telling myself, or we need to keep reminding ourselves, is like, you can't start today and you make your $1 million tomorrow. You need to go out there, fail. You're going to be ignored, but you still need to keep going. But I think one thing I'm proud about our Namibian young people is we're determined, man. And I think this is what inspired the show, is like a lot of young people, I'm doing this and I'm doing that. I'm like, that would actually be cool to document, A lot of, for years, people are like, make your own run, start a business, but we never had the recipe, the secret. You just, take money and start a business. But I'm proud of the young people. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Tololi is a household name for us, and I hope it stays that way. And how are you able to manage Tololi and COVID? Because the borders were, and this is how you made your business.
I have a story for you for that.
Okay.
Firstly, thank you. One of my targets was this year to make Tololi a household name. And it's nice actually hearing it coming out of someone's mouth, especially because I didn't even mention my plan to you, So it's cool to hear that we're almost a household name. But during COVID was some of my toughest times. When we started Tololi, we were actually 4. 2 of my friends, Jing, who's in China, and then myself. Right before COVID started hitting, or as it started, we started feeling the effects. Two of my partners, 2 of my friends, they saw how difficult it was going to be, and they weren't as secure with their side hustles as I was. I can at least chill for a little bit because you've got real estate, or I've got real estate on the side, that not my real estate, but I'm renting out real estate on the side. It's able to give me money to buy bread, cosmetics, and etc. that I need. But they didn't have that, and they were just coming out of uni and college, and their parents on their backs and stuff. So then that's when they decided to jump ship. So now it's me alone. I'm in Namibia, and Jing is in China. This was difficult, but to add on to that flame, we had to. So right now, the way Tololi is set up right now, if you go onto TololiShop.com, right, you know this. So if you go into TololiShop.com and you find a product that costs $500, you add 15% VAT. my math is not the best and I'm under pressure on camera. So let's do that again. So we have got a product that's $100, right, on Tololi Online Store. You plus VAT, that's $115, right? That $115 that you're paying, that's shipping, it's customs clearance and VAT, and that's delivery to your door for free if you're in Windhoek.
Yeah.
And then $65 extra if you're outside of Windhoek, right? So what happened was we had about 200 orders that were in China. The people already paid for their products, but then shipping fees increased by 50 to 75%.
Wow.
And we had all of these products over there, and we can't ask customers to pay more.
Yeah.
So we invested the first little bit. We split up this big parcel into parts. Said, okay, cool, this first one, we're gonna send it down and use our own cash, take the loss on our chest, and wait for the shipping fee to drop. Hopefully by next month it drops. Send that one out. Next month, shipping fee increases. Oh my goodness. We lost more money. Next month, shipping fee didn't increase, but it's still high, still stayed the same. Third month, we decided, yo man, I think, how about we, no, I didn't say I think, but like we strategized and said, how about we rather use the shared container option? It was a big blow because instead of the customer now waiting the 4 weeks that we promised, it was even extended because of COVID to 4 weeks. So if customers waiting for 4 weeks, they now had to wait for 3 months to get their parcels. The best thing we could do was stay in touch with our customers and tell them exactly what's happening as their products are onboarded and each and every single process. But we took a major hit. Our pockets went low. Our customers, some of the customers were really upset. Actually, it was so bad, I had to deactivate the Twitter because, you know, Twitter can be really negative. Yeah, I had to deactivate the Twitter and then just we had to stop our marketing because we can't market while customers are waiting for their products. So much. And this started September all the way to March. We had a really, really great month. In July, we had a revenue of about $61,000 of monthly revenue. And I won't lie to you, in March of this year, we had about $3,000 revenue. Wow. Which is crazy, right? Because we weren't even marketing or anything. Wow. But the hardest part about this one for me, actually, or the hardest ball that COVID actually threw me was me having to swallow my pride, because initially, before Tololi Online Store, I worked for a real estate company. And then I left this real estate company now for Tololi. But I left on good terms. And I left this real estate company and I was working by myself and it was good. I was making money, but you know, it feels good to create something and just see it thrive. So last year, September, as COVID started hitting us, December came and I was flat broke. The company didn't have a lot of money. So January, I had to go back to that company. Then I had to ask them for a job. I asked them for a marketing job, and then they gave me a marketing job at Marigold Hotel. So I was actually a marketing manager for like 3 months, 2.5 months. It was fun. And I had to swallow my pride heavy, but I had to leave after 3 months because I just couldn't take it anymore. I just remembered why a corporate job drives me crazy.
I hear people say that, like, I could never work for anyone. I was just like, sometimes I need that. I think I don't mind working for someone forever.
Yeah, like, I mean,
but
the real estate
it's a bit different. I think they're just like, no.
The real estate company was amazing for me. I came from studying sound engineering in 2015 to 2017. 2018 I came back. I got my real estate license in March. I just studied and I got it in March. I approached the real estate company. They hired me and I was being directly mentored by this. She's actually a really strong woman, a very controversial woman. Her name is Stina Wu. Okay. She's very controversial, but she is a beast. Every morning, she's the first in the office. She's got employees. She's the first in the office. She's the last in the office. She stresses, but if you really watch her closely, especially I think it's because of her, like, maybe Chinese nature. I don't want to categorize, but like Chinese or stereotype, but Chinese nature. It's just they have this thing of saving money, and what it taught me, how she runs her companies, it drove me. I don't know, it awoke something inside of me. So working for someone else when you need that knowledge is very, very important. I don't have a college degree, a business degree, a marketing degree, but I do have mentorship from her, which shows, I mean, it should reflect crazy on her. And every day, obviously, you have to wake up and continue teaching yourself these YouTube tricks and stuff. So
okay, Flex, I hear you. Thank you very much for joining us in the show, for coming through, for supporting. It's really inspiring to hear, people that are just so determined to, start something, have their name on something and just sticking with it for life. It's really inspiring because it inspires other people that, I'm doing this, but it's so hard. Do I just quit and leave? Sometimes you really just want to quit and like, man, I can't do this. But you have to keep going.
Yeah.
So that's the message, man. You have to keep on going, and you have to put in everything that you have. I'm going to say this again, life of a hustler, I really undermine that stuff, but it takes everything. It really takes you everything, your last penny. I had a friend that always like, please give me money, please give me money. I said, no, I'm using my money to invest in my hustle. Please leave me alone. I was like, okay, fine, I understand. But it just really shows that, young people are determined, you are determined, I'm determined, and it's a great thing. So I really see the grass is really greener for Namibians, for our people, our generation. I think we have the key to success. We have a way to grow our economy for tomorrow. So that makes me sleep at night, And but once again, I'm grateful. Keep on pushing, We want our kids to be like, no, the Tololi, it's called Tololi, man. They got you. You don't even need to call because tomorrow it's just a click away. You just like request something and it's at your doorstep. So keep pushing. I'm proud of you. But once again, thank you very much for being on site.
Thank you very much for your time. Actually, it's been a nice journey. As tough as it is, just my last message, I guess, as tough as it is, it's an amazing journey depending on what you love.
Yeah.
I didn't know I was going to love anything. Just a quick funny story. My first thing when I was supposed to study in NUST was supposed to be logistics and supply chain management, and I told my mom, no. And it's obviously I had 2 gap years in between that after studying sound engineering and stuff.
But I remember didn't you go to NUST and then you went to UNAM?
Yeah, I went to NUST.
I remember.
It's logistics. Okay. Then I went to UNAM for financial mathematics, dropped out again. And then I tried to work, and that's when we did the audio engineering thing. Fast forward to now, I'm 27, and what industry am I in? I'm in logistics.
Yeah. Yes, you are. But logistics is honestly the future. With international relations and globalization, global village, logistics is really the way. Especially for Namibia, I think that's an area we need to 100% invest in.
Yeah.
So,
I think maybe you can add this too, but like you were saying something about Namibia, not the pace at which we are producing or manufacturing goods might not be for big populations and stuff. But
for our small population,
there's something happening. Global value chain, and us Namibians just being part of that and flexing our logistics muscles. That could be a way for us to.
I honestly think it sounds like that is what we have to invest in now. But we have people like you there, so we will not be lost tomorrow. So once again, thank you, Tololi, thank you, Flex, and thank you everyone for joining us on site. See you next time.